Yes, people, as hard as it was for me to believe, this exists. The Seventh Brother did get a sequel, and it was released here in the US, but not as something obvious like The Seventh Brother 2. Instead, the movie was just called Tiny Heroes in English. I wonder how many kids missed out on seeing the movie because of that. Then again, given the fact that this series seems to be pretty obscure, there probably weren't that many. And when I say obscure, I really mean it. The usual places I go to look for information on movies, Google, Wikipedia, TV tropes, and IMDb, came up with almost nothing on The Seventh Brother or Tiny Heroes, except for one interesting cast member, which I'll talk about later. So I have no attachment to this one. Tiny Heroes doesn't even have the nostalgia bonus that The Seventh Brother had going for it, since literally the first time I saw it was when I ordered the DVD for this review. But even without that, can this movie hold up well enough for me to give it a pass like I gave the first one? Let's find out. Greetings. I am the
Hello and welcome to Yoda Soda Creations podcast. This is Screw Friend Stuart Show that is talking movies, TV, older recent.
Okay, I forgot to unmute the microphone. Whoops.
Okay.
Uh, okay. Starting from the top. So yeah, another Saturday, not Saturdays. Another Sunday show. Yeah, sorry about that. Actually, funny thing about yesterday. So it turns out the birthday party got canceled due to someone getting sick. I poked around in Discord seeing if you were around, but you didn't seem to be online. Also, I think I saw a Facebook post saying that you were watching Netflix. So I'd be like, we already scheduled it for Sunday. I'll let him do his thing. But yeah, so I actually managed to get in some editing work done. As you can see, I did another art stream today. Actually went for about hour 40 this time around. I was actually doing the art for what will be the Snack React Season 3 intro, which I've subtitled Oasis. So I was kind of going for like a nice deserty Oasis theme, but like a snack themed Oasis. But yeah, I got that finished up. I also got the intro and outro done for the game videos. So hopefully at some point I can start putting those together. I also did a test run for a dissolve effect, which I plan on making use of. And like all these videos I've put up on the playlist for the video for this week. And in case things go longer than that, I also tossed it in that Risk of Rain video from a few weeks ago, just to act as a buffer. But yeah, quite a productive week. So, uh, also at the end of the month, I'm planning on adding some grommets to my green screen so I can hang it up with some command ceiling hooks. That way I can really get fancy with the effects. And speaking of end of the month or future weekends, so as you know, next week's another work Saturday. It's a wedding this time, so odds are they're not canceling. But the following weekend and the one after that should be fine. The 16th and the 23rd. I mean, yeah, I work the 17th, but that's Sunday. That doesn't really matter. But the 30th is going to be kind of a bit weird. So yeah, I'm going to be house sitting for my aunts while they're out of town, so I won't be at the apartment. Now I'll be bringing my laptop with me. However, I won't have I mean, I couldn't bring my microphone, but like that's packing even more stuff and having to set stuff up. And I actually kind of deleted some of the audio software I had on my laptop. So it's like we'll see what I have set up for that. But yeah, I should be able to work that. I should be able to do that Saturday. Audio quality just might be a bit off compared to usual, though. So just a heads up on that one. Ugh. But yeah, other than that, actually had a nice dinner tonight. Actually, cooked up some breaded chicken patties, and then tossed them on some bread. Put some cheese on top and toasted it a bit. So like a nice cheese chicken sandwich. I actually liked it. That actually surprisingly works pretty well. But yeah. But yeah, I've actually been getting some good use out of the art tablet, which is good because I paid a decent amount of money for this thing, and it's kind of been sitting on the top of my desk for like the past half year. I also tried that new Nitro Pepsi. Actually, pretty interesting. The flavor takes a slight hit, but it has like a nice creamy texture that makes up for it. It's weird, but I actually kind of like it. I wouldn't mind if it sticks around. Also, my mom actually got me this really nice bento box. It's like an early Easter gift. Yeah, it's like I'll probably make use of it next week. Let's see now, what else? But yeah, I'm thinking maybe tomorrow, we'll see. Maybe I want to take like a day off from video editing or something. But either tomorrow or Tuesday, I'm planning on getting the Snack React intro and outro worked on. That way I can have that prepped for Season 3. Not that there's any rush for Season 3. It's like, I think, was it this week or was it last week? But like, I have all the rest of the videos for this season, for Season 2, already edited and uploaded and scheduled for release on YouTube, so I don't have to worry about any future video releases for current stuff. Also, I've been posting my art streams on my channel. Hey, you can watch that, get like the full commentary and whatnot. But yeah, oh, what else? What else? What the? I'll have to check that later. I think that's pretty much it. I can't really think of anything else. Yeah. Anyway, how's your week?
Last series, I will detail that when we get to it. Don't remember if it was last week or this week or some week before that, but somehow I forgot to mention this. Surprise visit from a local friend who we only glimpsed briefly, either in Discord or Minecraft. But since then it was about felt like at least a couple of years since I last found anything about it. But of all things you actually want here, as opposed to just having a family member drive, but basically here for a cut. Because I didn't expect it wasn't any time to do things with them, but yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. Spent at least 3 nights catching up on a few things. Biannual visit to Richfield Wildlife Refuge happened on Friday, so yeah, I had to have a few things. Usually on Friday. Second time it's brought up, there's the possibility that I might be getting a the camera, usually one that's usually a picture store, that is, but is capable of movies, so at least getting a bit closer. Had a few.
Okay.
There's a few things in there. What dogs were surprisingly expected at this point. Pickergansers was not the likelihood. And that's 2 years in a row.
Hmm.
Bit of an unusual setting, as I remember correctly. It was fall when we last saw swans in the area. We managed to find a singular one. Looked to be nesting.
Hmm.
So that was bonus. Plus, it also helped me sit out April Fools for the most part.
Ah, yes. The annual Stay Off the Internet Day.
But again, yeah, something I usually had to do Friday, moved to Saturday.
Hmm.
So it was supposed to get the sheet decently filled on top of have somebody's been for at least a couple months now. Where he's taking up most of the afternoon. Take some time between the sheets to few things elsewhere before prep.
Yep.
I think technically you would notice. Thinking technically you would notice the green indication at Discord. Although, yeah,
Yeah.
I was watching that book sister supposed to Friday, so good on yourself.
On a side note, I am feeling a little bit drained compared to usual, so yeah, that's. I'm sure I'll be fine. So,
Once again, hoping I can juggle the upcoming YouTube content with my plans for this month. Because for the majority, once again, going through the obscure library in my childhood.
yep. Yeah, tonight we watched The Seventh Brother. Nice little animated film. About a dog who gets lost. Kind of finds like a new family and then finds his old family, but keeps the new family. Yeah. Uh, so, random thoughts about the movie. One of the bunnies, JC, kind of a dick. Like, like, oh, don't you know you're supposed to do this? Like, dude, he's not from around here. Like, uh, then the others, the other five bunnies, like, there's the hungry one, There's the scared one. Um, there's the girls. Ugh. But yeah, they have this whole thing where like they're teaching the puppy, Tiny, to act like a bunny. Like, they, and yet they have all these expectations. Like, don't you know you're supposed to be this? Like, I'm not a bunny. It's like I wouldn't know these things. Uh, yeah, but eventually they get along, and the bunnies get over their fear of big furry things. Now, their fear of big hairy things with guns, that's a completely reasonable fear. But, uh, but yeah, Tiny learns from the bunnies learn from Tiny. Like, oh no, one of them's being attacked by an animal. Everyone, gang up in it and growl at it. Like, okay, that works. And of course, there's this magpie, which I swear is trying to get the bunnies killed at a few points, but yeah. But then Tiny ends up saving her, and oh, oh no, Tiny got hurt. Oh no, and like now she's on Tiny's side, like. Uh, but yeah, like and Tiny saves the bunnies from a flood, and like, oh no, the bunnies can't swim. Tiny can swim. Ends up saving one of the bunnies. Like, okay, jump on this hill. And of course, a few of the bunnies are still in the hole. It's like, don't worry, Tiny's a, well, relatively big dog. That means he can dig big holes quick. Like, everyone's all safe and everything's all good. They're a nice, happy family. And then it's like, okay, winter time, I think. And oh no, not the food. It's like not enough food for Tiny. Like, Tiny needs dog food, and they just so happen to find the house that Tiny's owner lived at. Like, wow, ain't that convenient? And it's like, oh yeah, Tiny's owner. It's like the whole thing starts off with the car breaking down in the middle of a storm. It's like, okay, Tiny, you sit here underneath this blanket. It's like, okay. Oh, hey, look, a frog jumps out of the car. Car gets fixed up. Girl goes in, looks at the blanket, which, well, it did have a dog under it, but now it does. It's like, oh, hey, look, she's sleeping. It's like, lady, you should know that there's a lot less, like, there should be a bigger lump there. Like, yeah, it turns out there was a hat underneath, but okay, hat, puppy, a bit of a size difference. And okay, points to the owner and her grandpa. They do try several times to go back and see if they can find Tiny, but like they just keep missing each other. But yeah, it's like points for trying at least. What else? Oh yeah, I noticed during the song segments, it's like we don't have the budget to actually animate them singing, so let's have them do stuff on screen while the singing's in the background. Like, yay! Uh, just something I noticed. But yeah, actually, aside from the magpie, most of the forest animals are pretty chill about the fact that there's a dog around. Like, oh, isn't it cute? It's like, but yeah. Also, the bunny is just like, you should be afraid of everything, so you should run away from everything. Run away! Which, okay, to be fair, poachers, when you're a forest animal, okay, I'll give you that one. That you should be afraid of them, because yeah, they actually do scare off the poachers by howling, and I guess they kind of ended up lighting up a tree or something somehow. Like, where did the light come from? Maybe maybe the poacher dropped a flashlight. I didn't notice. Like tiny bit the leg of one of the poachers. Like maybe he just dropped a flashlight and I didn't notice. I don't know. Eh. But yeah.
Another thing, off-screen fireflies, possibly.
Maybe. Oh, so there's a sequel. Huh. Ah, it's on the schedule. Okay. So that's what that is. Let's see now. Oh, going over the voice list. Do I recognize anyone?
It's the
Nope.
It's the second one where things surprisingly get a bit interesting. Although I do see, although there were some pages to view in this case, except for one mistake.
Right. Oh, and partway through, they kind of did this whole flashback montage thing for Tiny and his owner. It's like, you know, if this is part of a series and it was a bit further along, maybe you could do this. But like, we barely even saw that girl in this film. Like, it's a bit much to do this kind of like, oh, all these memories with her, with most of the whole thing as her, like, oh, her in the car, her searching for Tiny, even like, but Tiny wasn't there, so where would he? I'm sorry, that bit just didn't really work here.
Even with the song that was supposed to entice that was supposed to convey the feelings.
I'm sorry, like the girl's lack of screen time. I'm kind of hinders the effect a bit. Uh,
You still get that feeling regardless.
I mean, I get what they were going for, but just personally, it's like, eh. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad movie. Like, when was this film made? 90. Okay, it was made in 91. Although the U.S. release date was in 94. Yeah, that checks out. Like, honestly, the whole musical bit, it's felt more like, how should I put it? Like back in that era of animation, it's like, okay, it's a children's thing. Okay, we have to have a musical bit every such and such minute. It's or else the kids might get bored. Like it really doesn't do all that much for the thing. They just put in there because it's kind of expected. Like I said, I think it was like one of those weird 80s, early 90s animation things that they did. You know what I mean?
It was approximately Disney Renaissance time, so I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, it's like story was decent. There was a happy ending, if a bit awfully convenient. Just the musical bits didn't really do anything for me.
Like even if I didn't hadn't seen the second film as a kid, I still would have put together that, well, somehow put together that they obviously don't live in the city.
Yeah.
So about that, yes, I did in fact actually mostly more knew about the more knew about the second film than this one actually. It was only until, of course, through the internet and people starting to do video reviews and the like, it was only a matter of time before I found out, huh, apparently there was a
Yeah.
prequel.
Huh. Hmm.
So yeah, thanks to one of those people I found out it was only that time that I have them submitted previously. So watching it full form amidst the quality selected in terms of choice of word was.
Yeah.
Seem to enjoy things when they're usually kind of basic and harmless, and yeah, that's basically what we have here.
Yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, you can say what you will about some of the how they're paired, but the music is actually quite well done.
Yeah.
Going through them to see if there's any form of resume, and seeing a few titles, so not titles, so at least some of the VAs did go a bit further. Bunnies apparently co-wrote alongside likes of Will Ferrell, Bill Murray.
Hmm.
As for shows like Absent, I'm seeing Big Little Lies, Bob's Burgers, Bones, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Key and Peele, Modern Family, The Office,
Huh.
Bridesmaids.
Okay.
Recently started on Netflix something called Minsky Method. So, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, and that includes Michael Douglas and Alan Arkin.
Huh.
One of the additionals, not, can't find any relation in regards to previous one, but I think she's been staged primarily.
Hmm.
And apparently she's written a couple things. Flick, Aliens, Circle Mirror Transformation, Body Awareness.
Okay.
Pulitzer Prize for Drama. One of the Elks, I've seen EastEnders. (1970) version of Sweeney Todd.
Hmm.
Let's see, struggling with poachers. He became casting director in later release from a company that dubbed this for English.
Oh.
Also has a role in Pure Suffering, Willie the Sparrow, which I heard has a bit has interesting back and forth in terms of original language and English.
Hmm.
So it looks like he was a regular for the company.
Okay.
So yeah, I kind of wish I had seen this also as a kid, because I would have liked it as much as I liked the second one, which we will, of course, talk about next week.
Yeah. So yeah, it was quite an eventful week on TV. Like, you may not have watched the Oscars, you sure heard about them.
Yeah, lots of controversy surrounding Bill. A little thing happened between Will and Chris Rock.
Yeah, the slap heard all around the world. But yeah, I was actually doing a little poking around, and yeah, his comments about what was it, Jada or whatever. Yeah, apparently he's been doing stuff like that since the late '90s. So yeah, it kind of been like a continuous thing as far as that goes. Like, ooh. But yeah, Will Smith won Best Actor, and then basically gets kicked out of the Academy. I mean, he resigned himself, but like, how should I put this? We all really know why they're making such a big deal about this, right? I'm not outright stating it, but you know.
The award isn't getting revoked, but yeah, the Academy's having a bit of a boardroom discussion about it. Should reach some kind of decision by later this month.
Yeah. The funny thing is that let's face it, that slap was like the only real thing of note about the Oscars this year. Like, ask anyone what happened during the Oscars. Probably the only thing they can think of is the slap. Honestly, just like award shows in general just seem kind of these days, you know?
Although it seems the animation community also kind of exploded in regards to also kind of exploded. Though I have no idea if it's surrounding the choice of how they played the certain Encanto song.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of another thing to add to the Lives Matter outburst list.
Mm-hmm.
On the brighter side, though, probably the only other notable thing that you could probably say about the Oscars, Dune once again swept the majority of as to how many Oscars were awarded.
I did hear about that. Like, okay, good on them.
Visual effects, cinematography, production design, editing, original score, best sound. Cinematography, this will be Greg Fraser's first statements. So happy this is up early so I can get out of the bar. To the bar.
Yep. So yeah, Zack Snyder's Justice League was the most popular pick for Oscar cheer moment. Like, great, now they'll never shut up about this.
Apparently also leaving No Way Home, Endgame, Dreamgirls, and Matrix in the dust.
Yep.
Getting back to June Rabbit's Fritz and... Oh wait, wait, I don't think that's... not related. Hans Zimmer is noted for, is going to be noted as a second winner. Look at the seconds when he's taken away from the Academy.
But yeah, there's also like several anniversary reunions, such as 30th anniversary of White Men Can't Jump, 15th for Juno, 50th of Godfather, 25th of Pulp Fiction. Yeah, lots of anniversary reunions.
Amazingly, Spielberg couldn't quite get a photo of them on stage from his point of.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of DC stuff, Ezra Miller has been arrested for disorderly conduct and harassment. Like, yeah, apparently it involved a karaoke bar. Um, that's a thing. Eh.
Save Flash gonna have a bit of a hiccup in production.
Yep.
Trying to get back. This will be Ritz Ahmed's first. Eyes Tammy Faye, best makeup and hairstyling. Regina Hall surprised Space Jam 2 didn't get a nomination for best effects. After that hairline they gave James.
Ooh. Ouch.
Under that she has a
but if they did that, they would have also had to give an award for effects for getting rid of the Superman mustache from, what was it, Justice League?
Oh, yes. Huh. So apparently that's the only fault, otherwise visual wonder according to what few things I've seen of it.
Hmm.
Also, let's put that in sports. Shimmer also took shots at DiCaprio. What can I even say about him? He done so much to fight climate change and leaves behind a cleaner, greener planet for his girlfriends.
Huh.
The Boys won Best Supporting Actress. Openly queer woman of color, Afro Latinia, found her strength and life through art. Anyone ever questioned her identity prompts you this. There is indeed a place for us. Not only her first, but also first openly queer person of color
Hmm.
in Austria Records.
Ah.
As I mentioned, Encanto was featured and won Best Animated Feature.
Yep. Once again, it goes to Disney. I mean, to be fair, I've heard Encanto's pretty good. So. Like, I've heard it's like their biggest hit since Frozen.
With Bruno, I kind of expected that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did put it in 9 out of the last 10 9 out of the last 10 years. Trey Kotzer got Best Supporting Actor. Not only his first, but also on Academy record, first deaf man.
Hmm.
Chris Evans threw his congratulations. Shortly before the Lightyear teaser.
Hmm.
Acrylic and Best Costume Design. Belfast had Best Original Screenplay. Coda got Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Picture, so that's another one that's got more than one. Also, for streaming service to win Best Picture goes to Apple. In that regard. Sam Heater and Kenneth Branagh also got their first Oscars. Favorite results were Army of the Dead, Cinderella, Minamata, No Way Home, and Tick Tick Boom.
All right.
Some result was Best Documentary Feature. No Time to Die had Best Original Song. Eilish and Phineas had their first ever Oscars. Jane Champion wins Best Director. Not only her first, but also first time's gone to a woman in back-to-back years. Third woman to win Best Director also. As mentioned, Will finally received his. Jessica Chastain got Best Actress. That will be her first. Power of the Dog got 1 out of 12 total nominations. Apparently, Rock's Geojin comment was ad-lib, improvise, not in his original plan.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Schumer also got some criticism over Kirsten Dunst's Seatfill joke. Her response: choreographed bit she was in on. Wouldn't disrespect a queen like that. Going back to cuts for a bit, he was involved in creating the Tuscan Sign Language in The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. Seems there was also a Tuscan Raider scout in the first season of Mandalorian. Moon Knight has a 77% Rotten Tomatoes out of 31 reviews. So looks like that's looking to turn things around from what Morbius seems to have been going through.
Yeah.
Still listening to Scrat, but the Scrat Tales trailer was released.
Hmm.
Sharon Stone talks to play Victoria Cord in Blue Beetle.
Okay.
A little bit more Kutzer. Tired of financially struggling so many years. Receiving awards saved life, career, family. Took quite a lot of risks.
Hmm.
This just have been dizzy, unfortunately, following Shipek's bill handling. Cartoon hanging in production offices of Printoons. Shipek in the In Memoriam section of the Oscars.
Hmm. Eh.
Willis diagnosed with aphasia, thus retiring from acting.
Yeah, people were kind of guessing that this was the case with him due to the recent movies he's been churning out, but it is sad to hear.
His resi has been rescinded as a result of that. Shelley Duvall's nomination from Shining was also rescinded.
Hmm.
So, good on them.
So apparently Netflix is rebooting Spy Kids. Eh, we'll see how it goes. Like, eh.
One of the original guys is involved in that, so that could mean something. But also, it's going to be a bit could be a bit amusing if effects to them are still a thing.
Yeah.
Or he could have improved since then. Who knows? I couldn't help but chuckle at this one. Spielberg told Bay to just stop at 3 Transformers films rather than making more. Should have stopped. They were fun to do.
So the Breath of the Wild sequel's been delayed till 2023. So, eh. Hopefully, when it does come out, it's good and not too buggy. Actually, scratch the ad. I don't mind if it's buggy. Have you seen some of the speed runs of that game? Wow. Like, okay, a bit buggy, but not like Bethesda buggy. So the second part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean is finally going to be streaming on Netflix this fall. Yeah, people were kind of wondering when the next portion of it was going to air. But like, hey, we have an answer. Yay.
Seems Chefs of Kenobi now share the same release date as Stranger Things Season 4.
Hmm. So we got a trailer for My Little Pony Tell Your Tale. Not bad. I'm still gonna wait and see. Like, it could be good. I mean, hey, as long as it's better than Pony Life, we should be okay.
That new building in particular is going to be a little interesting.
Yep.
I just hope contents within the original lighthouse were spared.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Okay, it happened in reverse order, but like, no, wait. Yeah. Sunny's lighthouse got destroyed, then became an alicorn. The Twilight became an alicorn, then her treehouse was destroyed. Hmm. Could there be a connection?
I'm pretty sure that was already established from a character standpoint. One more thing. As a result of the Smith controversy, Netflix is backed away from developing Fast and Loose. David Lynch dropped out before the Oscars. Sent Nerd a call to find a new director, but have now put the project on the back burner following.
Yeah, Will Smith just can't catch a break. Also, insert obvious Fresh Prince joke here.
Getting more information on the Quantum Story XR G5 kit.
Hmm.
Video ad crossover is coming to McDonald's if you're living the UAE.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it looks like a anime convention's been canceled, but this time, issues with the convention center.
Fair enough.
Finally got dates for the Transport Heritage New South Wales Festival of Steam,
Hmm.
June 25th, 26th. Seasons are reversed down there, though, so hopefully winter doesn't further complicate things.
Yeah.
New partnership means a taffy tank's going to be seen at Goblin.
Hmm.
Okay, River Valley has to adjust its schedule due to riverbank work.
Hmm.
Hope it doesn't cause too much of a dent for steam in the valley.
Hmm.
Gotta first look at some Wabtec ES44 ACIs bound for Brazil.
Hmm.
Usually don't get political here, but this one's amusing. Judge Breyer cited the lens they could during oral arguments in case about injured worker and railroad company liability.
Hmm.
North Carolina Transportation Museum taking donations for a feasible study to return Graham Kennedy Shea 1925 to operation. Project to commemorate the unfortunate passing of Kalmbach Trains Magazine's Jim Wren.
Hmm.
Difficulties, aggravating capacity to tram track. Options exist though. Its trolley cars are said to be looking different in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying his first career win and gave Team Winner a birthday present. Team Winner a nice birthday present at the Texas Road Course. Two Mustang fans also. Early today, first try to win this season at Richmond, plus 2 Mustang top 10s. And finally, our condolences go to the friends and family of Gary Leach, Judge Dredd, Marvin J. Come Sky, Wild Wild West, Star Trek, Paul Herman, The Sopranos, C.W. McCall.
Don't mind the sorry, don't mind the black screen. It was just switching files.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, the game intro and outro. And the dissolve effect. Yeah, those are what I was working on this week. Yeah, back to the list.
As everything, C.W. McCall, Songs include Convoy and Silverton Train.
Hmm.
In fact, the first one also has a movie.
Hmm.
Estelle Harris. Too many Disney projects to mention, although I can't say Dave Barbarian, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and Toy Story. She was also in Seinfeld.
Hmm.
Fred Ladd, producer of the English adaptation of the original Astro Boy anime.
Hmm.
This is for Jim Brin, Trans Magazine editor, Comic Book Publishing. And then, of course, won't go for the details, but still never mind the list of victims of crisis happening on the other side of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my mind's about to check out for this for tonight. Uh, I'm gonna blame all the video editing I did the past couple days.
So yeah, quite a bit productive. Each of us had our own things happening this week. I have quite a bit to look forward to.
Hmm.
next week we'll do the sequel, which, as I said, I actually saw first. Until which... Stay safe, stay well, get vexed, get boosted, pray, and hopefully we will see you next week.